Make a date with Reverend Dr. Ebenezer Markwei at 6 a.m. from Monday to Saturday on Graphic Online via Facebook and YouTube as he expounds on matters of faith. Graphic Online, truth and accuracy every day.
Hello, this is Reverend Dr. Ebenezer Markwei of Living Streams International, bringing you matters of faith with Graphic Online. And this morning I'd like to capture my thoughts with the word murderous pathways. Roads of murder. Murderous roads. And I'm talking about the story of a man called Saul, who later became Paul. And I'm going to watch his introduction. He was introduced, the first time you hear of him, he was introduced as someone when they were stoning Stephen, he stood to guard the clothes of other people. So he never picked a stone, but he was standing to supervise or look after the clothes of those, because sometimes when you're going to those in those days, you have to remove your robes, you get it, and then wear your togas and all those other things. I mean, lessen the load of clothes so that the clothes don't get entangled with the throat. So you have to dress like a sports person, lower down like a sports person, so that you can be frisky to do what you need to do. And Saul was supervising it. But then guess what? He moved from the position of just supervising others being destroyed to now getting letters to destroy others. So first of all, he moved from passive complicity or duplicity, whatever you want to legally call it. He moved from passive to now became an active. That's how the enemy gets us. It starts with us just being onlookers, bystanders, who never would criticize or complain. This is wrong. But we sit down, and because we want to buy public favor, we want to buy public like, we want to buy public applause, we keep quiet when the wrong is being done. And sometimes we even supervise to make sure that those who are doing it don't get into loss, don't come into loss. You will graduate from being passive to become an active personality in the whole saga. That is exactly. If you don't stand up when the thing is wrong at that, before you realize you've been pulled in slowly, and then you become an active participant in that thing. Now, are you aware that that's how Lot started? Now, Lot pitched his tent towards Zoar. Then he pitched his tent in Zoar, and Zoar was near Sodom. Then it didn't take too long, he landed in Sodom. And it didn't take too long, he just didn't land in Sodom. He became a legislator in Sodom. He sits at the gate. And it didn't take too long that he was ready. Now, you look at it very carefully. Look at it very carefully. He was willing to give, he sanctioned a practice. He was willing to give his virgin daughters. That's what the Bible says. And that whole thing confuses me. He was ready to give his virgin daughters to the men of Sodom to sleep with them. But the Bible says those women were married. So if those women were married, in what way were they now virgins? Huh? It's not funny. It's serious. Virgins, and they had husbands. Yeah. And they had husbands. That's what the Bible says. Read it carefully. So what business were they virgins? That means that even though they were married, their husband didn't want man to woman. I'm not saying anything. They like bone to bone. That was it. So Lot now, so the pathway to destruction doesn't start all of a sudden. Doesn't start at the end where there's destruction. It starts with subtle moves. Yeah, that's what it is. Saul didn't begin by taking stone, but now he graduated to getting letters to kill. That's how it all starts. Well, like I always say, choices are always yours. See you.